So you want to see something crazy? In the past 30 days, I've done $603,000 on my Amazon store, which equates to $7.2 million a year. But the crazy thing is that just a year ago, I did a video talking about the strategies that I employed in order to grow my Amazon business to $4.2 million. And so in the past 12 months, I have grown my business $3 million. And today, I'm going to share with you the cheat code that I used in order to explode my growth. All right, so if you guys missed the video that I did talking about how I basically grew it to $4.2 million, you probably should start there. I'm going to list that video down below. The other thing I'm going to list down below, guys, is a link to my community, the White Label Empire. If you are somebody that wants to start a business, there is no better learning tool than the White Label Empire. It's a curriculum that I put together to basically walk you step by step through starting your own business, whether or not it's white labeling a product that you buy from somebody else or creating your own product. We talk about all of the things that you're going to need to know in order to source products, identify product fit, also scale your business and grow it. And then every week I'm in there doing an hour-and-a-half live training on something that I feel is important for you to grow and scale. Things that I've learned, things that I basically have figured out over the years, and my goal is to help shortcut you to the front of the line. The whole idea and premise behind this community is to create some type of cheat code that I didn't have. I had to struggle, I had to figure things out, I had to fail in order to learn a lot of the lessons that I'm sharing with you in the community. I'm going to link to that community down below. If you are somebody that wants to start a business in 2025, now is the time. Do not wait. I promise you, if you're willing to commit to putting in the time, the effort, and the energy, I'm committed to helping you get there. Guys, don't wait. Hit the link down below. Join today. We got two membership options. One is $97 a month. Cancel anytime. Or you can join with a one-time fee of $397. The price is insane for the value that you're going to get, guys. All the information and link is going to be down below. But now what I want to really talk about is how I have grown my business to $600,000 a month. Now, a few things that you need to understand. Amazon is not easy. Anybody that tries to tell you that it is trying to steal your money. All the courses that were out there a few years ago about, oh, you just need to learn how to do drop shipping and you can make millions of dollars sitting in Tahiti, sipping Mai Tais, that is complete bullshit. The game has changed on Amazon. Now it is all about brand. Brand. It all boils down to brand these days. It's not good enough just to put a product, even if it's a cheap product or a cheap price, it doesn't matter. You've got to do the work that you need to do in order to build a brand around the products that you're actually selling, which includes creating an Amazon storefront that is sexy, that has nice images, that has pictures, that has A+ content. This is critical for you really scaling and growing on Amazon. The other thing that is reviews. You got to understand that reviews aren't going to be fast. It takes a while to build them up. There are things that you can do in order to sort of cheat the system a little bit. Amazon has this program for up-and-coming brands that don't have a lot of reviews in order to try to facilitate reviews, because as you get more reviews, it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy where instead of having to drive traffic and spend a lot of money on ads, you're basically going to start climbing the organic search results when it comes to an Amazon search, right? And the beautiful thing about this is that you don't have to spend money in order to get that sale. It's an organic sale, as they say. I'm going to talk a little bit later in this video about how we have basically facilitated and supersized our organic reach with some of the products that we're selling, and this truly has allowed us to grow and scale. But there is a system, there is a strategy associated with this. But Amazon has a program called Vine that you can join, you can put your products in. People will get the products, they're not paying for it, but they're going to try it, they're going to test it, they're searching for something that you're actually selling, and they're going to leave a review. It's a great way to basically kind of cheat the system in order to get reviews fairly fast. Do not fall into the trap that a lot of people make, which is thinking, oh, I'm just going to have my friends and family buy the product, leave reviews, and that's how I'm going to gain reviews. Amazon and the algorithm and all the systems that they use are really good with identifying if you're cheating or not. And if you're cheating on Amazon, you are out. With Amazon, it's the long game. Now, a lot of people think, I don't want to sell on Amazon, right? Because, well, you've got to give Amazon their percentage, and then you're not making as much as if they would go to your .com. Well, this is exactly how I felt. I used to feel this way, and then I saw the power of Amazon, and once you realize that even if you are selling on your .com, even if you're offering a discount code for your .com business, there's some consumers, and that percentage of consumers that only shop on Amazon is actually growing by the day, that will only shop on Amazon. And if you're not there, they're not even going to come to your website. And even if you're offering it at a lower price on your website, they're still going to buy at Amazon, because Amazon basically is this shopping cultural shift and tidal wave that is not going away anytime soon. You've got to ride the wave. You also need to dance with the devil. Amazon is a bitch when it comes to figuring out all the nuances associated with it. It's not easy when it comes to dealing with all the issues that they throw out. Sometimes you may have a product that gets flagged. You've got to do a little bit of deep diving and legwork in order to get it back up. But the bottom line is this: you learn to dance with Amazon because of the sheer volume and the scale at which it's growing. And if you can get in now as it keeps growing, you're going to be in a better position in order to make more money, make more sales, and ultimately grow your business and top line. And so even though I get it, it sucks to give Amazon a percentage, the exposure is unbelievable and it's unmatched. Which brings me to another reason why you want to sell on Amazon, and it is exposure. It's eyeballs. And the beautiful thing is that as you're on Amazon, as you grow, as your reviews start to increase, the amount of stars that you're actually getting, the amount of people that are buying, if you're doing advertising, there are other things that are going to basically impact your organic reach and the growth of your listing. But as it starts to grow, it becomes a steamroller effect, right? It just grows, it swells. And before you know it, you're literally doing $600,000 a month. Now, how do you find a great product? That's something else I just want to talk about. I know that a lot of you are saying, well, this sounds great, but I don't know what product to sell. How do I know if it's going to basically be something that people want to buy on Amazon? Well, there's another cheat code. It's actually a website called Helium 10. All right, I'm going to link to it down below. This isn't an affiliate deal or anything like that, but when it comes to really dominating or growing on Amazon, you've got to have a product that people want, that people are searching for. And so what Helium 10 actually allows you to do is look up search volume. If you find a product that has a high search volume, I want you to go and look at the product. This is something you're interested in. Now, the real sweet spot when it comes to growth and scalability is when the search volume is high and the volume or the amount of competitors isn't that big. And what I mean by that is some of the things that you're going to be wanting to sell, right? There's a gazillion brands, right? And the top search results are going to be dominated by the big players. The legacy brands are already sort of ahead of the game. And so they're going to really have a good foothold on the product or that listing. Now, the sweet spot, like I said, is finding something that doesn't have a huge volume of competitors. Something else you can do is when you think you found something or you think something might be a good fit for you, I want you to go and look at the top results. How many reviews or stars do those top products have? If the answer is they've got like 10 or 100 or 200, chances are it's really not going to be a product that you can move the needle on. But if you see a product and it's got 10,000, 20,000 reviews, that's an indicator to you that this is a very, very hot market. A lot of people are searching. And so for you, if you can come in and basically pick off a bit or a percentage of that sales or the velocity of that sales from that product or that category, you are going to crush it. So if the search volume is low and people aren't searching for it, you're never going to make a lot of money. It doesn't matter if you have great reviews. The fact is, a lot of people aren't going to be searching for that product. And if they're not searching, you're not going to make any money. If a lot of people are searching for it, that, in my opinion, is something that you should look into or explore deeper. If you go and you see that there are only like maybe 10 to 20 really main players, or the majority of the sales are coming from the top like few SKUs, then I would say that's an opportunity for you to come in, build a brand, get your reviews, do the legwork, and build your brand, and you're eventually going to grow organically, which is then in turn going to pump you up the list. And as you move up that list organically, your sales are just going to increase naturally without spending any money. But the cool thing is that if you advertise, which Amazon makes advertising super like no-brainer, because as opposed to something like Meta or some of these other platforms where you're spending money, all right, you are basically going to spend money that is coming from your sales, all right? And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, once again, join the white label empire. The thing that Amazon does better than any other basically ad platform, that includes like Meta, TikTok, Instagram, Google Shopping even, if I'm being honest, is they let you get super granular with your keywords and who you are actually targeting. It's an amazing platform. And the other cool thing is that the Amazon advertising that you're doing is coming out of your sales, right? When you make a sale, you're basically giving Amazon their percentage, all right? Think of Amazon, and the way that I think about it, it's more like a wholesale account, all right? And the reason why you want to do a wholesale order, even if you're making less in terms of margin on an individual sale than you would on your .com, it's about scale, it's about eyeballs, it's about volume. And with Amazon, the volume is crazy, and it's increasing by the day. All right, so little strategy that we did and employed with Pete and Pedro that was counterintuitive and counter to what everybody else did during the holiday season is we thought to ourselves, okay, you know, here's the deal. For me, I'm all about profit. I really don't care about top line if I'm not making money bottom line, right? It's cool to say, oh, I did $10 million, but if you're not making any money, like, what does it matter? For me, I would rather say, hey, I made and put in my pocket a few $1,000,000, right? And so I'm always paying attention to not only top line, but profitability. And so one of the things that we sort of analyzed over the years is, okay, the holiday season is kind of like a bloodbath in terms of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, shopping for Christmas. All of these brands are giving insane deals. They're giving you a percentage, and then they're also spending a lot on advertising. So at the end of the day, you're not making any money. And so we thought to ourselves, all right, what if we did this? What if we front-loaded our advertising and our marketing spend throughout the year, earlier in the year, and backed off during the busy season? And that's what we did. We basically didn't advertise or spend much money in the holiday season. All right, we did a lot of the legwork. We spent the money advertising, marketing, and growing earlier in the year. All right, knowing that, okay, in the holiday season, you're going to have a lot more people shopping, which in turn is going to grow the amount of sales organically. It doesn't matter if you're not spending as much money, you're having more eyeballs, more people that are actually shopping. And so we spent the money, and what happens is when you advertise and grow on Amazon, because you're spending money, eventually it actually helps move you up organically. And so you spend money to grow it with advertising, but then that in turn grows it organically. Does that make sense? The more you sell, the more your organic ranking will increase. The more reviews you get, the more your organic ranking will increase. And so the way that you boost that up is to advertise. But in the holiday season, I backed off. I spent the money earlier to really dominate earlier in the year, which grew me organically in the main SKUs, which I'll talk about in a second. And that basically lifted me up. Something else that I did that nobody else did, literally, I was the only company that I saw on the SKUs that I actually looked at that didn't offer a holiday deal. I didn't discount it at all. Period. Like zero. If you search sea salt spray, all my competitors had like $3 off, $5 off, $10 off. Incredible deal. Me, I held the line. I kept my price the same. And guess what? I still sold a ton and I made more money because I didn't advertise as much, because I advertised earlier in the year. I wasn't wasting money. My margin wasn't getting squeezed, and I also wasn't giving a discount. It was genius. The other thing I'd like to mention in terms of a strategy is don't try to advertise all of your SKUs. All right, it's the 80-20 rule, right? 20% of your sales or revenue is going to come from like 20% of your products, right? Where are your winners? The winners, those are the ones that you need to focus on. Take the money that you're spending on these other ones that aren't really producing what they need to and focus growing the winners. If you find that you've got one or two products that is like your rock star products, those are the ones that you want to really feature. Those are the ones that you want to really grow. Because what happens is when somebody comes and buys that product from you, that's your winner, it's then going to put them in your ecosystem. Then you're going to have a better chance of selling them something else. But when you dilute your advertising spend to try to basically advertise all of your products, competing in all of the different verticals or categories, you're not going to be as effective. For me, what we did is we focused on 3 SKUs: salt, texture powder, putty. That's it. Those 3 SKUs, we took all of the money from all of the other auxiliary SKUs that we're selling and just focused on the winners, because it's the winners that are going to truly move your needle. And that, honestly, is what we did and what we focused on throughout this last year. All right? The other thing I just want to mention is you got to buckle up and you've got to basically get comfortable with the long game, like I mentioned earlier. It's hard. It's also not super fast. But what this year showed me was that if you do the fundamental things, you don't try to swing for the fences and get a home run. There is no easy button when it comes to growing an Amazon business. You can't just launch a product, an FBA product, and think it's going to sell. It's not. That game is dead. People aren't making money with this whole like drop shipping thing that they used to. In the old days, that was fine. But now Amazon is really focused on you building a strong brand. All right. Something else I just want to mention is don't try to be the low-cost provider. In every category, you're going to have it, right? In the sea salt spray, there are people that are selling their sea salt spray for us, like, and I'm just using that as an example, for like $9. And they sell a lot of it, right? If you are trying to sell a sub $10 product on Amazon, you are never going to make it. You're not going to have the margin until you basically grow to the scale at which you're getting a badge, which those badges, the whole like bestseller or Amazon pick or overall best, like if you get one of those badges, that's literally like free money. All right. And that's something else that we were able to do with one of our products is we got that badge, and that badge is literally worth to us like $5,000 a day in additional sales, because when people come or search for sea salt spray, they see that badge, bestseller, or, you know, overall pick, and boom, people automatically go there and buy it. And so that's another thing that you got to understand. If you can grow and if you can get to that point, it's literally like free money. But don't try to be the low-cost provider, because you're going to make no money, right? Our competition that's selling their product for like literally $10 might be lucky if they're making $1. There just isn't margin. You got to make sure that when you're selling a product, it's not the most expensive unless that's your thing and whatever. But if you're trying to compete in something like a commodity that you're going to be buying on Amazon, you got to make sure that you have enough margin in order to basically give Amazon their percentage. For us, they take like 35%, but you also need enough in order to market. You also need enough in order to basically pay for the product and make money, right? That profit like we talked about. So do not get into the mindset of, oh, if I just keep lowering my price, then I'm going to sell more. You might, but you're going to make like zero money. For me, what I would recommend is come up with a fair price and then market the hell out of it and do the best job you can to build your brand. And when you do, you're going to see exponential growth over time. It's not quick, it's not easy, but it's possible. If I can make $7.2 million on Amazon, so can you.